Pika stands alone, a silent observer at the edge of the vibrant, bustling playground. His eyes scan the laughing, running children, a world he watches but doesn't yet join. He hesitates, his small figure a study in cautious curiosity amidst the joyous chaos. The playground's energy swirls around him, a tempting invitation and a daunting challenge. Pika remains on the periphery, absorbing the scene, a peaking nature taking hold. Sunlight floods the classroom, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air as Mrs. Johnson beams at Pika. Students listen attentively, their eyes fixed on Mrs. Johnson, a warm smile gracing her lips. Mrs. Johnson gestures towards Pika, her expression filled with pride and encouragement. Pika, your observation skills are truly remarkable, Mrs. Johnson says, her voice ringing with admiration. You have a gift for noticing details that escape everyone else, she adds, her words a beacon of recognition. Sunlight bathes Pika in the warm glow of his grandmother's kitchen, a haven of cozy familiarity. Pika delicately examines the new gadget, his young mind already dissecting its mysteries. His grandmother watches with a loving smile, her eyes reflecting years of warmth and wisdom. She observes Pika, her face a canvas of pride and affection. You have good sense, Pika, she says softly, her voice filled with a gentle reassurance. Under the bright sun, Pika and Evan walk along the familiar neighborhood street, the school day behind them. Evan, radiating charm, easily connects with passers-by, his friendly demeanor lighting up the sidewalk. His outgoing nature is a stark contrast to Pika, who silently observes the interactions. Laughter and cheerful greetings fill the air around Evan, a vibrant display of his daytime likability. The warmth of the day amplifies Evan's approachable persona, drawing people towards his magnetic presence. Each friendly encounter solidifies Evan's image as the affable kid everyone loves, a stark contrast to what lurks beneath. Sunlight floods the classroom as Evan approaches the teacher's desk, a picture of youthful confidence. He accepts the message with a genuine smile, sharing a light-hearted joke that fills the room with warmth. The teacher's answering smile reflects her trust in Evan, a bond of mutual respect evident. Adults trust Evan implicitly, drawn to his earnest demeanor and unwavering integrity. In the park, Pika watches Evan effortlessly blend into a basketball game, his laughter echoing with genuine joy. Evan dribbles, weaves, and scores, his face alight with unadulterated fun under the warm daylight. The scene is idyllic, a portrait of carefree youth with no hint of shadows or hidden depths. Pika's observation reveals nothing but a boy enjoying the simple pleasures of friendship and sport. Evan's seamless integration paints a deceptive picture, masking any potential secrets from prying eyes. Sunset paints the neighborhood in hues of orange and purple, long shadows heralding the end of day. Pika sends a casual invite to Evan, the message disappearing into the digital ether. A beat of silence stretches, the lack of immediate reply amplifying a subtle tension. Unease flickers across Pika's face, a premonition that something familiar is shifting. Pika walks alone under the cloak of night, each step echoing in the silence. The familiar path darkens, shadows stretching like grasping fingers. A growing unease settles, a sense of watchful eyes in the dark. Something is amiss. Evan is not on the usual route. Every rustle of leaves, every distant sound amplifies the solitude and heightens the feeling of dread. The darkness feels heavier, the path ahead uncertain and ominous. Pika watches from across the street, his eyes narrowed, focused. Evan is bathed in the neon glow, a figure illuminated in the night. He's surrounded by older teens, their faces hard, their presence imposing. A cigarette dangles from Evan's lips, a new affectation, a new persona. There's an edge to him now, a coolness that chills the air around him. He seems less approachable, a stranger wearing Evan's familiar face. In the dim room, Pika stares intently at his phone, the screen's glow casting an eerie light on his thoughtful face. He is lost in thought, replaying Evan's recent behavior in his mind, a puzzle he can't quite solve. A subtle unease begins to creep in, a nagging feeling that something is amiss in their familiar world. Pika's eyes reflect a growing sense of discomfort, a silent question forming on his lips as he contemplates the unknown. Sunlight floods the school hallway as Pika spots Evan, a familiar figure amidst the lockers and bustling students. Evan's easy smile and casual jokes paint a stark contrast to the shadowed figure Pika witnessed in the night. The normalcy of Evan's daytime demeanor clashes sharply with Pika's haunting nighttime observations. Pika's eyes narrow, trying to reconcile this carefree Evan with the mysterious figure he saw under the cloak of darkness. The hallway blurs around Pika, the disparity between day and night deepening the enigma surrounding Evan. As evening descends, streetlights flicker, casting an eerie glow on the worn basketball court. Long shadows stretch across the asphalt, distorting familiar shapes into abstract forms. Amidst the gathering dusk, Pika's eyes dart around, searching, until they lock onto Evan. A surge of recognition, Pika's voice cuts through the night. "Evan?" The sound echoes in the night air, a beacon in the encroaching darkness. On the basketball court, Evan nervously glances at Pika, his eyes betraying a mix of apprehension and hesitation. He quickly averts his gaze, a subtle backward step revealing his inner turmoil and desire to retreat. Evan's avoidance of eye contact intensifies the unspoken tension, hinting at a deeper conflict or secret. His hesitant posture paints a vivid picture of discomfort, revealing a reluctance to engage directly with Pika. On the basketball court, Pika watches as Evan dribbles, the rhythmic bounce of the ball filling the air. Pika asks, "You heading home?" His voice cuts through the rhythmic sounds. Evan hesitates, his dribbling slowing as he looks up, considering his response. "Yeah, I mean later," Evan replies, a subtle shift in his demeanor as he avoids direct eye contact. The school cafeteria buzzes with a chaotic symphony of lunchtime, a stark contrast to Pika sitting alone, lost in thought. He's isolated, merely picking at his food, his senses alert amidst the noisy crowd. Pika leans in, drawn by whispers and hushed tones, eavesdropping on a conversation. "Evan's been acting weird lately," Kid 1 says, sparking curiosity and unease. "Something's definitely up. He's different at night, they say," Kid 3 adds, amplifying the mystery. In the dim light, Pika sits on his bed, the soft glow highlighting the worry etched on his face. He rubs his temples, a gesture of frustration as he wrestles with the troubling rumors swirling in his mind. He fights to dismiss the whispers, a silent battle against the doubts creeping into his thoughts. "Don't listen to them," he mutters, a desperate attempt to reassure himself. It's just gossip. In the bustling school hallway, Pika watches Evan, his gaze sharp and observant. Evan laughs with other students, a mask of normalcy in the crowded corridor. Pika notices a subtle shift in Evan's eyes, a flicker of something hidden beneath the surface. A slight edge now defines Evan's posture, hinting at an inner turmoil unseen before. The hallway scene fades as Pika contemplates the changes in Evan's demeanor. Pika lurks in shadow, a silent observer in the night. Evan walks the street, encircled by older teens, their purpose clear. The group's figures are dark silhouettes against the dim streetlights. They move with a determined stride, their destination unknown to Pika. The teens head toward a part of town Pika instinctively avoids. A sense of foreboding hangs heavy in the air, thick with unspoken danger. Dim light bathes Pika's room, the computer screen casting an eerie glow. The curtains filter the outside world as his phone vibrates. The message lights up the desk. "You want to walk around later?" The question hangs in the air, promising a break from the digital solitude. Pika's eyes are glued to the screen, a soft tension beginning to coil in his chest. He rereads the message, each word a beat in the silence of his room. A subtle hesitation flickers across his face, caught between impulse and thought. His fingers hover over the keyboard, poised, yet delaying the inevitable reply. Pika's bedroom glows with the light of a computer screen as his fingers dance across the keyboard. Focused, Pika types rapidly, the only sound his quick, precise keystrokes. The screen illuminates his face as he works. Pika pauses, then says, "Okay," for a bit. As dusk settles, Pika and Evan meet near the corner store, the air buzzing with unspoken anticipation. Evan's words spill out in a rapid stream, his laughter echoing louder than usual against the encroaching night. The dimming light casts long shadows, enhancing the clandestine atmosphere of their meeting. A sense of urgency permeates their interaction, hinting at secrets shared and decisions pending. Under the veil of night, Evan and Pika walk down the street, their figures elongated by the dim glow of streetlights. Evan's anxious eyes dart behind them, his unease growing with each step. Shadows dance around them, twisting familiar shapes into menacing figures in the darkness. Pika turns his expression a mix of concern and curiosity, sensing Evan's growing tension. "You good?" Pika asks, his voice cutting through the night, seeking to pierce Evan's anxiety. Evan shifts, a bead of sweat betraying his unease as it traces a path down his temple. His eyes dart nervously, avoiding the gaze of anyone who might see through his facade. A forced casualness hangs in the air as he speaks, the words a thin veil. "Yeah, why wouldn't I be?" His voice wavers slightly, the question echoing with a hint of desperation. The street is cast in shadow, a place Pika usually avoids when night descends. They walk on, the air thick with an unidentifiable tension. Every shadow seems to hold a hidden threat as they move deeper into the night. Anxiety hangs heavy as they navigate the sinister street. Pika's pace slows, his unease growing with each step on the bustling street. A knot tightens in his stomach, a physical manifestation of his rising anxiety. He shifts uncomfortably, the weight of his apprehension settling heavily on his shoulders. Evan's voice cuts through Pika's thoughts, a casual attempt at reassurance. Relax, you always overthink, Evan says, but Pika remains unconvinced, lost in his own worries. Night drapes the street as Evan lowers his voice, a subtle gesture lost in the shadows, yet heavy with unspoken meaning. Older teens watch from the dim corners, their eyes following us, their presence a silent, looming threat. Evan's nod is a silent acknowledgement, a signal in a world I'm only beginning to understand. Each passing shadow seems to lengthen, drawing closer, amplifying the unease that settles in my stomach. The air crackles with unspoken tension, a silent warning carried on the night breeze. My heart pounds, a frantic drum against the backdrop of the city's muted symphony of danger. Before the looming abandoned building, its darkened windows stare like empty eyes, casting long shadows under the moonlit sky. Pika visibly recoils, the eerie silence amplifying his unease, a shiver dancing along his spine, betraying deep-seated fear. Evan pauses, his silhouette framed against the decaying facade, a determined glint in his eyes, defying the oppressive atmosphere. "Let's go closer," Evan urges, his voice a low murmur against the backdrop of rustling leaves and distant, haunting echoes. Pika hesitates, his gaze fixed on the building, an unspoken dread filling the space between them. Pika stands motionless, the abandoned building looming behind him. A flicker of realization crosses Pika's face. He recognizes this behavior, a pattern he's seen before. The weight of Evan's concealed action settles on Pika. Pika's eyes narrow, a storm brewing beneath the surface. The abandoned building seems to mirror the secrets hidden within Evan. Sunlight barely touches the desolate scene, filtering through broken windows onto the dust-laden exterior of an abandoned building. The air is thick with the scent of decay, clinging to the debris scattered around the forgotten structure. A lone figure emerges from the shadows, their face obscured, a single word escaping their lip. "No," Pika says, the sound swallowed by the vast emptiness, echoing a silent refusal to the surrounding desolation. Evan whirls around, a knot of annoyance and confusion tightening his features as he faces unseen turmoil. "What?" he snaps, the question hanging in the heavy air, unanswered and full of tension. Behind him, the abandoned building rises like a silent sentinel, its decaying facade a mask of forgotten stories. Broken windows stare out like vacant eyes, reflecting the turmoil swirling within Evan. The dilapidated structure looms, a monument to neglect and mystery. Evan's solitude is amplified by the building's ominous presence. Dust devils dance around the abandoned building, a symphony of decay played out in the fading light. Rusted metal groans under the assault of the wind, each creak a mournful echo of forgotten times. Shadows stretch like grasping claws across the desolate landscape, distorting what little remains. Pika's voice cracks, a fragile sound, against the backdrop of desolation. "I'm not going over there." Fear etches itself onto Pika's face as his eyes dart nervously towards the ominous structure. Dust motes shimmer, illuminated by weak sunlight piercing through shattered windows. The air hangs heavy, stagnant within the abandoned building's decaying shell. Evan's voice cuts through the silence, a challenge laced with disbelief. "Since when are you scared?" Evan's question echoes. The only sound is the gentle breeze whistling through broken panes. The building stands silent, a forgotten sentinel against the skyline. Amidst the ruins of the abandoned building, Pika stands resolute, his calm demeanor a stark contrast to the decay. His eyes lock onto an unseen figure, an unspoken challenge in his gaze. The dilapidated surroundings seem to fade as his focus sharpens, a sense of anticipation building. His voice cuts through the silence, a declaration of unflinching resolve. I'm not scared. Each word hangs in the air, a testament to his unwavering awareness of the impending danger. I'm aware, he finishes, the weight of his understanding settling like dust in the forgotten space. Evan squints at the dilapidated building, a deep furrow forming on his brow as confusion clouds his features. He runs a hand through his hair, the confusion quickly morphing into visible irritation. Evan kicks a loose stone, his frustration growing. His jaw tightens, a flicker of anger in his eyes as he surveys the scene. Evan's shoulders slump slightly as he sighs, the weight of his irritation settling in. He clenches his fists, struggling to maintain his composure in front of the abandoned building. The abandoned building stands against the skyline, a skeleton of its former self, cloaked in dust and whispering winds. Shattered windows reflect the fading light, as if the building itself is sighing in resignation. Evan appears, silhouetted against the dying sun, a figure of defiance amidst decay. He turns, his figure stark against the gloom. His voice echoes in the empty space, tinged with bitterness. Whatever, do what you want. Under the veil of night, Pika turns, his silhouette stark against the dim glow of distant streetlights. He walks away, each step measured and silent, offering no argument, no explanation. The streetlights cast long shadows, swallowing him as he retreats further into the night. His departure is a quiet storm, leaving unanswered questions hanging in the cold night air. Amidst the bustling school hallway, Evan's facade of normalcy shines as he moves through the crowd. He smiles, a bright, almost unsettling expression, as if trying to erase the shadows of the past. Jokes and laughter ripple around him, yet the weight of unspoken truths lingers in the air. Evan pretends, skillfully masking the turmoil that simmers beneath his cheerful exterior. In the classroom, Pika sits at his desk, a subtle tension filling the air as he glances toward Evan. A palpable shift in the atmosphere is evident, a silent standoff between them. A noticeable distance emerges, hinting at a growing chasm that separates them. The subtle yet undeniable tension hangs heavy, altering the dynamic between Pika and Evan. The unspoken words and unresolved feelings create a visible rift, casting a shadow over their interaction. Weeks later, Pika lurks by the lockers, a shadow among the bustling students, face etched with anxiety. Eavesdropping, he strains to catch snippets of hushed whispers amidst the cacophony of the hallway. Student N.O.S. Did you hear about Evan? Student 2O. Yeah, he's in some serious trouble. Pika's eyes widen, fear gripping his face as the gravity of the situation dawns on him. In a flashback, the principal's office is filled with a somber atmosphere. A younger, vulnerable Evan stands before the imposing desk, his posture reflecting uncertainty. His parents sit beside him, their faces etched with disappointment and concern. The heavy silence underscores the gravity of the moment. A dimly lit street corner flickers with shadows. The scent of cheap cigarettes hangs heavy in the night air. Young Evan stands awkwardly, his eyes wide with a mix of fear and fascination. Older teens huddle together, their faces obscured by shadow as they engage in clandestine activities. The air crackles with youthful rebellion, a dangerous allure pulling Evan closer. Each breath carries the scent of smoke and the whisper of forbidden secrets. Evan's future hangs in the balance, caught between innocence and the lure of the streets. In a bustling school hallway, Evan walks, his figure blending into the lively chaos of students. Amidst the crowd, his eyes lock onto Pika, a sudden pause breaking his stride. Time seems to slow as Evan halts, a silent question hanging in the air between them. The hallway noise fades as Evan's attention narrows, focusing intently on Pika. A moment of quiet anticipation settles as the next chapter of their story begins. Silent, empty lockers stand guard in the school hallway, a stark row of forgotten dreams and echoing whispers. Flickering overhead lights cast long, distorted shadows, amplifying the sense of desolation. The air is thick with unspoken words, the hum of electricity, the only sound. Evan stands alone, his figure silhouetted against the sterile backdrop. His voice breaks the silence, a low murmur echoing through the empty hall. "You were right," Evan confesses, the weight of his words hanging heavy in the air. In the crowded school hallway, a sea of faces blurs into a backdrop of youthful energy and hurried steps. Amidst the chaos, Pika's subtle nod is a beacon of controlled intensity, almost imperceptible. His eyes, narrowed slightly, convey a message understood only by those who know him well. "That's enough," Pika says, his voice low but firm, a quiet command cutting through the noise. The hallway buzz fades slightly as those around him sense the shift in atmosphere, a silent acknowledgement. In the dim light of his bedroom, Pika sits on the edge of his bed, shadows dancing around him. His face is a canvas of confusion and deep thought, a storm brewing beneath the surface. He reflects, memories swirling like a tempest, each one a piece of the puzzle. The weight of recent events presses down, a heavy burden in the quiet room. Lost in contemplation, Pika seeks clarity amidst the shadows and the swirling memories. Total darkness envelops Pika's bedroom. His eyes are wide, staring into the infinite abyss. A faint smile slowly spreads across Pika's face, a subtle flicker of understanding. His smile deepens with newfound clarity, a secret understanding dawning within him. Pika's voice echoes in the darkness, a revelation whispered in the void. It's not who someone is in the light, but who they are when the lights go out that matters. In Pika's room, a solemn atmosphere hangs heavy as he reflects on the transient nature of friendship. Pika acknowledges a painful truth, his face reflecting a mix of acceptance and resignation. The weight of understanding settles upon him, a silent acknowledgement of unspoken farewells. His gaze softens, a hint of melancholy painting his features as he confronts solitude. A solitary figure in his room, Pika embraces the reality that not all bonds are destined to last. Sunlight streams into Pika's room, illuminating the silent dance of dust motes, a stark contrast to the turmoil within. Sitting on the bed's edge, Pika stares at their hands, a knot of unease tightening with each passing moment. The silence amplifies the weight of unspoken expectations, broken only by the distant hum of city life. I'm learning that trust doesn't mean ignoring discomfort, narration says. It means acknowledging it, facing it, together. Pika stands alone in his bedroom, the silence amplifying his thoughts. A profound realization dawns, etching itself onto Pika's face. The weight of unspoken words hangs heavy in the air. Narration echoes, resonating with newfound clarity. Leaving quietly can be the strongest decision you make. Pika's eyes reflect a quiet resolve. Sunlight barely filters into Pika's dim bedroom, illuminating dust motes dancing in the stale air. Shadows cling to the corners, a testament to sleepless nights and unspoken fears. A sense of unease permeates the room, a silent acknowledgement of lurking danger. Every creak of the floorboards seems amplified, a constant reminder of vulnerability. The air is thick with anticipation, a prelude to a confrontation. The room feels like a stage set for a drama about to unfold, heavy with unspoken tension. In Pika's bedroom, a subtle unease hangs in the air, almost imperceptible, yet undeniably present. An unspoken tension coils around the room, a silent acknowledgement of discomfort. A quiet understanding dawns. The realization that staying is not always the answer. A sense of liberation washes over Pika as the decision solidifies, a weight lifting. The room seems to breathe a sigh of relief. As if sensing the impending change with newfound clarity, Pika prepares to leave, embracing the freedom of choice. The dim light of Pika's bedroom paints long, eerie shadows, a stark tableau of light and darkness. The room feels like a canvas where secrets linger and untold stories hide in the corners. A sense of quiet introspection pervades, hinting at a deeper emotional narrative. Some people shine in daylight and unravel in the dark. The narration echoes a poignant reflection. The shadows deepen, mirroring the unraveling as unseen vulnerabilities come to light. In the heart of the darkness, the room whispers of hidden truths, waiting to be discovered. Pika stands at the playground's edge, years etched onto his face, yet confidence now emanates from his stance. Sunlight casts long shadows across the vibrant, empty playground, a silent witness to his return. His gaze sweeps across the scene, a knowing glint replacing the hesitant curiosity of his youth. The echoes of children's laughter seem to linger in the air, a haunting reminder of days gone by. He observes no longer a child longing to join in, but a man reflecting on the passage of time. A subtle smile plays on his lips, a silent acknowledgement of the journey that has shaped him. He observes a group of children in the playground, the air filled with their shouts and laughter. His eyes scan the scene, searching for subtle cues in their interactions. He studies their movements, the dynamics of friendship and rivalry playing out before him. A shadow of concern crosses his face as he picks up on potential warning signs within the group. He remains vigilant, a silent observer in the vibrant chaos of the school playground. Sunlight floods the classroom as students fill the room, their pencils scratching, a symphony of thought. Pika, a young boy with eyes that miss nothing, sits upright, absorbing every word. His brow furrows in concentration, a spark of insight igniting within him. With eager anticipation, Pika raises his hand, ready to share his analysis with the class. Based on my analysis, the author uses symbolism too. Pika starts, voice full of youthful confidence. Pika walks along the street, his gaze sweeping over every detail. He notices a discarded newspaper fluttering in the wind. A chipped tile on a doorstep catches his eye. He observes a cat slinking through shadows, unseen by others. Pika remains a silent observer, detached yet engaged. The world unfolds before him in a series of small moments. In the quiet of his room, Pika studies intently, a furrow etched deep into his brow, marking his focus. His disciplined posture speaks volumes of his hard-won growth, a testament to his dedication. A pile of books surround him, silent witnesses to his intellectual journey. The soft glow of the lamp illuminates his determined face, highlighting his features. Each page turned is a step forward, a symbol of his commitment. He trusts his instincts, his choices now guided by wisdom and self-awareness. In the vibrant park, Pika's eyes lock onto a solitary figure in the distance. Evan stands alone, framed by the lush greenery, his posture suggesting a mind consumed by thought. Sunlight dapples through the leaves, casting an ethereal glow on Evan's contemplative face. Pika pauses, the distance amplifying the sense of mystery surrounding Evan's solitary moment. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves, nature's whisper adding to the scene's quiet intensity. The park, a vibrant backdrop, contrasts with the somber mood of Evan's isolated figure. In the bustling park, Pika halts, his feet rooted to the ground, a silent observer amidst the lively chaos. He watches Evan from a distance, the space between them echoing with unspoken words and unresolved history. An invisible barrier hangs in the air, a testament to the time and distance that has grown between them. His eyes reflect a deep conflict, a silent battle between longing and the acceptance of separation. Pika makes a choice, respecting the intangible boundaries, choosing not to bridge the widening gap. He remains a solitary figure, watching as the moment slips away, lost in the silent narrative of what could have been. The room is dimmed, shadows playing across walls, lined with books and personal items. The soft glow of the bedside lamp cuts through the darkness. Pika sits on the bed's edge, lost in thought, staring intensely into the shadows. A moment of silent contemplation hangs heavy in the air. Pika breaks the silence, a low murmur escaping his lips. It's all about knowing when to walk away. Under the neon glow, Pika walks past the corner, his face etched with longing, a ghost of memories haunting his steps. Long shadows stretch, mirroring the distance between then and now, as he remembers the night he met Evan. The air hangs heavy with the scent of rain, each drop a reminder of laughter and shared secrets lost in time. Distant city sounds blend with the echo of Evan's voice, a poignant melody playing in Pika's mind. His wistful gaze lingers on the corner, a silent promise to cherish the past as he walks into the uncertain future. A quiet street corner, bathed in the soft glow of twilight, becomes the stage for a moment of profound internal resolution. The air is still, carrying whispers of past choices and future paths. A figure stands, silhouetted against the fading light, embodying a sense of serene finality. Invisible chains of doubt and uncertainty fall away, replaced by the quiet strength of conviction. Each breath carries the weight of decisions made, affirming a path chosen with unwavering resolve. The street corner transforms into a sanctuary of self-assuredness, a testament to the power of making the right choice. Pika stops before the abandoned building, its broken windows like vacant eyes staring back at him under the harsh daylight. He stares at the decaying facade, a place that once inspired fear, now holding no sway over him. The sun casts long shadows, but Pika stands firm, his expression devoid of unease. A subtle resolve hardens his gaze as he prepares to confront whatever lies within the abandoned structure. Vacant eyes of broken windows stare from the abandoned building. Rusting metal groans under the weight of neglect, a symphony of decay. Weeds claw hungrily at the crumbling foundation, nature reclaiming its own. He surveys the scene, knowing it's just a building, nothing more. Narration. The real danger lies in the choices people make. His gaze lingers, a silent acknowledgement of the unseen threats within. In the quiet of his room, Pika sits hunched over his desk, the soft lamplight casting a warm glow. A worn journal lies open before him, its pages filled with memories and reflections. His pen dances across the paper, each stroke deliberate as he captures the essence of his experiences. He meticulously documents the lessons he has learned, preserving them in ink for eternity. In Pika's room, the air is still as realization dawns, a subtle shift in Pika's eyes. Understanding flickers across Pika's face. Pika recognizes a strength, not a weakness. Pika's gaze sharpens with newfound purpose. The room seems brighter as Pika embraces the truth. In the sun-drenched school playground, a matured Pika shares his wisdom with a group of eager young students. With a warm smile, he directs their gaze towards a small bird perched delicately on the swing set. He gently encourages them to observe the bird's behavior, fostering their innate curiosity. Pika imparts the invaluable skill of observation, a lesson echoing his own formative years. The playground transforms into a classroom where nature's lessons unfold under Pika's patient guidance. Sunlight bathes the school playground as children gather, their faces eager with anticipation. A figure stands tall, poised to impart wisdom under the open sky. He speaks of instinct, his words weaving through the laughter and shouts of youthful energy. The air is filled with the promise of sound judgments, lessons etched against the backdrop of play. Each child listens intently, absorbing the guidance that shapes their understanding of the world. Sunlight floods the classroom as Pika addresses his students, pointer in hand. Today, we delve into the power of observation, Pika declares, his voice filled with passion. Dust motes dance in the golden light as Pika emphasizes. It's not just about seeing, it's about truly perceiving. Awareness is the key, he insists, urging them. Being conscious of your surroundings. That's where true understanding begins. In the classroom, a gentle smile plays on his lips as he begins to speak. His voice, warm and inviting, fills the room as he shares personal stories. He recounts cherished moments spent with Evan, his words painting a vivid picture. Lessons learned from their deep friendship are woven into the narrative. Each word deepens the sense of their unbreakable bond. Under the sun's glare, Pika strides down the street, with unwavering self-assurance, each step deliberate and strong. The mundane neighborhood transforms into his personal stage, where he commands attention with an air of unmistakable confidence. His eyes scan the surroundings, absorbing every detail while maintaining an aura of untouchable self-reliance. Each passerby seems to fade into the background, mere spectators in Pika's grand performance of everyday life. The very air around him seems to vibrate with the energy of his self-assured presence, a silent declaration of his prowess. Pika continues his walk, a solitary figure radiating an indomitable spirit, master of his own world. In the dim light of his bedroom, Pika gazes into the mirror, his eyes searching for something beyond the surface. A glint of determination hardens his features, reflecting an inner strength he had almost forgotten. He sees wisdom etched in the lines around his eyes, a testament to battles fought and lessons learned. The reflection solidifies, showing not just Pika, but the warrior he is destined to become. In Pika's bedroom, a genuine smile graces his lips, reflecting a newfound self-assurance. His eyes soften with understanding, a silent acknowledgement of the trust he's cultivated within himself. The room seems to brighten as he acknowledges his reliance on instinct. A wave of tranquility washes over Pika, easing the tension from his shoulders and smoothing his brow. Peace settles in the quiet space, a tangible reward for his journey of self-discovery and acceptance. Pika watches from the edge, a silent observer of children's laughter echoing across the vibrant school playground. His gaze sweeps over the scene, a calculating look in his eyes as he watches the carefree children play. Pika remains on the periphery, knowing his role is to watch, notice, and choose with careful consideration. He stands as a constant presence, forever the observer in their world of innocence and play.